Hello, everybody. My name is Roxanne, and welcome into my channel. This is Alchemy of Acrimony. If I am glitching, as you've all heard the news before, read all about it. She's glitching. Yeah, so I am. I do need better Wi-Fi. I will work on that. I promise at some point. But anywho, I changed up the coffee today. I'm going with what is this? Black Rifle Coffee Company. Yeah, so shout out to them. This is how I'm starting my day. I need it. I was super tired last night. Went to bed a little bit, not too long after I jumped off my reading. I had did Sagittarius, and you guys had a great read. And as you all know, I had this shirt on in that read. So what does that mean? I went to bed in this shirt. And I woke up like, you know what? We're just going to keep it on. It actually brought me good luck for that reading. That reading was good luck for all my Saggies. Yeah, so System of a Down, Toxicity of City. Yeah, that's a good song. Good song, good read. Sagittarius, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that for my Saggies, some of you, do you guys like System of a Down? You guys like that kind of music? Yeah, so probably going to listen to some of that on my way to work with my coffee. Get myself ramped up, like ready to go. Let's go. Everybody's moving too damn slow. Hurry. So yeah, that was a great read for the Sagittarius reading that I had done for you guys before I went to bed. So anywho, point is we're doing the Capricorn reading. So sorry, Cappies. Hi. I see you. So Capricorn, we are doing your read. That is the whole point of why it says on the thumbnail Capricorn. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So I do have to jet off to work in a little bit. So I was like, you know what? Now's a better time than ever to just jump on here for Sagittarius reading. So we're gonna start off with just general messages, general channeling, just general, and then maybe bring it into love. Well, yeah, I think I will. Not maybe, I will. It'll give you a little bit of different kinds of messages, right? In different aspects of your life. Okay, I don't need that, but I do need my tarot deck. Ooh, you know what? I did not do something very important. I was so excited. Are you guys an excited energy, Cappy? You too excited that you're forgetting to do very important things? It's not that you mean to. You're just overly excited. Do you guys have that enthusiasm the way I do? I'm super excited right now. Let me clear the space. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, the Sagittarius read, I did get a channeled message through a dream that I had about a cat eye oil. It's actually a gemstone in there that you infuse your oil with, and it's supposed to ward off evil eye, which I thought was pretty cool. So that was for Sagittarius. Actually, that's for, you know what? That's just for everybody. Everybody needs that. You don't know what is out there that's trying to come at you in a negative way, right? Pink Oracle deck. Let's if any of you resonate with anything that I'm throwing out there, I don't know, I was really drawn to grab my 36 and the number 999. Yeah. March 6th. Number 52. I'm seeing football. I heard football. I don't know. Maybe that's a jersey of a person, a really good player for your team. 35, 5 and 7, 5 and 3 is 7. No, 8. Ooh, learn how to add, Roxanne. It's basic math. Yeah, 8. Ooh, 8 is about, okay, so we got 888 last night too in Sagittarius read. Abundance. Cappy's like, damn, stop talking about Sagittarius. We're talking about Cappy. Maybe I'm doing that because some of you guys have Sagittarius in your chart. You have fire and earth. So take that if that resonates, how you see fit. And number 5, I know there's a 0 right here, but I'm seeing the number 5. And 5 is something that we also channeled last night. Sagittarius read. Sorry, last time I'm going to mention them. But no, we got 555 in the angel card for change, because transformation and change was really, that was a big key point. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys, if you have fire in your chart or whatever, go ahead and look at that Sagittarius reading for you fire and earth babies. Okay, last one, number 6. Oh, my brain said love. 6, I think is the number of love. 4 and 2, April 2nd. April 2nd. I don't know what is that Taurus? Is that Taurus? Aries? Taurus? No. Aries? Yeah. Aries or Taurus. Could be Taurus. I don't know. I should know, right? Because Taurus is me. I should know when Taurus starts. Never mind. Yeah, so anywho, point is, let's pull the tarot. Let's see what's out there. Let us look. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the messages that our Capricorns are about to receive. Sorry, Cappies, that I was talking so much about Sagittarius. You're like, why are you favoring them? This is the Capricorn read. I'm just so excited because these readings that I've been pulling out lately have been kind of toxic. Uh-oh, doesn't want to talk. This is not shuffling correctly. It's being a little bit resistance. Why is there resistance? Ooh, 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Very emotional. Ooh, some type of new love. A beginning in new love. That's awesome. What is this? Page of Cups. Someone owe you an apology. Are they looking back like, damn, I messed up, but you're really guarded and blocked? Did you block yourself off against this person? Ooh, the Empress in reverse. They got you all up in your feels. Somebody that kind of flipped the script on you. I don't know why I want to say it like that. They flipped the script on you. So now they're rounding the block with an apology, right? I don't know. Could this be in regards to love? Let's find out, shall we? Let's get nosy. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages. Dang, we're just jumping into this one. Yeah. Tell me more about the Page of Cups. Ooh, ooh. Eee, risky. So this is about, this says unprotected sex, sexual disease, partner to partner, unsafe decisions. Is this somebody that you made an unsafe decision with and they kind of flipped the script on you? They said, this connection is not even worth it. I don't even want to stick around for whatever's about to come after because I don't care to get to know you anymore. And then you're like, you're very guarded against this person. This person kind of threw you for a loop. Empress in reverse. Ooh, some type of emotion played out here because of the cup. Yeah, so this was kind of like somebody that kind of just waltzed into your life and I don't know. You did the deed. You kind of can't deny that with this risky card here. Oof. I don't want to say it, but I am going to say it only because I feel drawn to say it. Yeah, there was the good drama at the bottom of the deck. So with this hookup, with this connection, somebody trying to round the block to extend the olive branch to you, maybe there was some type of, maybe this person, I want to say they were cold and blocked off themselves, really guarded. They didn't want to open up to you emotionally. They kind of just offered you very little to no emotion. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe too, okay, I don't want to say it, but because it is here, maybe they're some type of an apology because maybe either they, are just trying to round the block again with you so they can kind of get in your pants again, right? Or they could have, found something out that maybe, I don't even want to say it. Maybe there was something found out about the hookup. Somebody gave somebody something and it wasn't very good. And they're like, oops, sorry. I didn't know I had that. And I kind of gave that to you. Ooh, take that how it resonates. Sorry, Capricorns. Jeez. You guys should be all about your pentacles. Just forget this person. Go back to work. Go make your money. Yeah. So, could be that too. Ugh, the only reason I'm saying that is because of the somebody that was kind of just already showing very little. And it just kind of, it ended badly. It could have been, it was just an unsafe decision, a bad decision. Maybe you, yeah, this is not good. So dramatic, you Cappies. Let's see. I'm gravitating. I want to know more. I'm being very nosy. So it got you in the reverse Empress type of energy, right? That's not good. Can you tell me more about this connection and what happened here with the drama, the whiskey, and the Empress? I'm over explaining everything. This came out on the Saggy read, so I don't know if some of you are jumping from that to this, or you have fire and earth in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sag, Cappy, Taurus. I can't even think. Ooh, look at this person can't even think. I'm feeling the energy from that card. Yeah, Earth energy, Cappy, Taurus, Virgo. Sorry, drew a blank on that one. I feel literally like this card right now. Ooh, because that risky card, it's making me nervous with the drama and the Empress in reverse. Ooh, yeah, over explaining everything. Oof, maybe the reason is something with anxiety. I feel like this card, this hookup, whatever happened here, gave you a lot of anxiety. Okay, so my hand, I don't know if you've seen that on the camera, but that happened for a reason because this literally flipped over and it landed upside down because it wanted to reveal this reflection. Okay, and that's a card of Dark Night of the Soul, a dark shadow, facing inner truth or seeing true colors. And that seeing true colors right there at the very bottom, that's seeing true colors with this person, the connection. And maybe you're second guessing and second thinking, like, damn, that was a risky decision to sleep with this person. Yeah. There's a lot of drama, anxiety that's jumping off these cards by some type of risky decision that was made with this person. Took it a little too far. They got you in your upside down Empress energy. Yeah. So I don't know. Whoever this person is, just what's the advice? What is the advice for my Capricorns when it comes to this person? If this resonates, only take this if it resonates. What's the advice, please, for Capricorn when it comes to this Page of Cups, the drama? Ooh, one more, please. I'm feeling drawn to. Ooh, this was underneath the Empress already. It's in reverse. Okay. And then the Ace of Pentacles also came out in reverse. And I want to see what the other card is in order for me to give you what the advice is on this little dramatic situation here. Hold on one sec. Okay. Back. All right. Okay. And then this is also, as I'm looking at it, it's in reverse. Okay. And also, again, look at something really significant here with some type of an apology. Somebody reaching out. Look, see how this hand right here is reaching out with the cups, but then he's reaching out with the cup. Okay, but someone's not taking the offer. Super guarded here. My advice to you is this one comes with a whole cloud of confusion here. Okay, and so as you can tell, this is the Four of Cups. There's my advice to you is just yeah, I could see like you're in that energy, how they're just sitting under the tree and they're thinking, right? This person came at you with a lot of confusion. And so the advice here is just to don't even take what they're offering. I don't know. I feel led. I'm looking at the card, but the imagery is drawing me to say, don't even take what they're offering you, or don't even, start up again on that connection. Why? Because we have the Death in reverse, but we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles talks about new beginnings, right? Earth signs, earth signs. So this is your advice. There's your pentacle, right? Cappies. No new beginning here. Whatever this is, close it out. Just cut it. Yeah. Because this person's going to keep you in this energy right here, right? With the drama. And then maybe with the reflection and the risky. Maybe there's some dark night of the soul that you need to think when it comes to you, because this is not dark night of the soul for the person like going through shadow work. It's you. And I talk a lot about shadow work on this channel. And so we're going to pull a card for that too. Maybe this is something that you see that you do, and it maybe it's just unsafe decisions that you make, and then it puts you in these situations. And so yeah, there's no new beginning here. Death in reverse, talking about change, transformation. Like there's not going to be none of that. This person's not going to show up brand new in the way you want them to. There's not going to be no happy beginning with this. Like whatever it was, and just let it be. Don't bring this type of energy back into your life. Hold on, because it's the reflection card is here. That talks real deep to the fact that the way my hand knocked it over, and it was like Spirit was saying, here, show them this. This is what they need to know. Some type of shadow work that you need to do within yourself. Okay. Don't get mad. Okay. I'm not trying to be your mom and school ya. I'm not trying to say none of that, like, oh, you're being bad. No, we've all, been through the crazy stuff, right? We've all done the crazy shit. So sometimes we have to do the crazy work that comes with it when it's causing too much of a disruption in our life, right? So let's look to see what type of shadow work, maybe what you need to look at when it comes to your own reflection, okay? So when it comes to this, yes, there's just the one, stagnation, okay? So yeah, staying in that don't, just kind of just stop, pause, don't do anything right now, just reflect, okay? It talks about, oh no, I did it to myself again. Hold on, I gotta go get my glasses. I'm so mad at myself. I always do this, and I set my glasses all the way inside my bag here. Sorry guys, sorry. I'm coming back. Hold on. I gotta be careful because I have a pillow on my chair. I need to get myself so much stuff for this channel. Yeah, okay, so I can't read that obviously because as y'all know, I cannot see without my glasses, especially when it's small lettering. I have my things in my bag. Look, I'm even ready to go with my Motrin. I'm like, oh, I'm at work. Eventually, I'm going to end up getting a headache. This is bullshit. Stagnation. Movement. Even if slow is progress. Sorry. Beep. Rewind. Stagnation. Okay, that's what your card is. Okay, it's no movement. Stagnation. We're not going anywhere with this right now. Okay, we're going to stop, reflect, take some time, and just really reflect on ourselves. Okay, let's talk about reflection. Shadow work, dark night of the soul. These cards right here that's what they're about. They're shadow work cards. Okay, stagnation. Oof, I'm really resonating because my nose is running. Okay, so anywho, point is movement, even if slow, is progress. So stagnation, other words for it are really tiny right here on the bottom. So it's inactivity, stand still. There's that still, stay still. And I said that when I seen this card. Okay. Stand still. Rut. Oof, rut. You got yourself in a rut with this freaking person, right? So let's look at it again. So right there, Spirit saying, stay still and just step back. It's time to reflect. Okay. We got risky, drama, reflection, and then we got, that anxiety energy, right? With this Page of Cups that's like, sorry, right? This person offers you very little. Oof, I'm in my head, I'm seeing the word immature. This is an immature person. They could have been younger than you. And if not, that's fine. Just take it all how it resonates. Either a younger energy or they exude younger energy, like an immaturity to them, really immature, and maybe you kind of seen that, but you didn't listen to your intuition and you kind of just went for it anyway, making an immature decision. Or this person too, that's the energy they're in. Player like, they're kind of just like in and out and all over the place. And then they offer very little emotion, like no emotion. Like once whatever is done, it's done. Maybe the apology needs to be with yourself. We forgive ourselves when we make mistakes and we move on. I feel the need to tell you that, okay? But with this person, they may be trying to round the block after they kind of cut you off, right? Put a barrier, a wall up, a blockage with the connection. And they were like, nah, this is not worth it. Do you see how everyone's walking away? Okay. Walking away from the connection. That's what I feel led to say. It left you in the reverse Empress energy. You better get that Empress back, that Empress energy back. And that could be for male or female. Okay. Just because it's Empress, it doesn't mean we're talking specifically about gender here. Okay. So yeah. And then we have envy. That's the other card. Okay. So wait, hold on. I have a lot of, my brain is going woo, 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 woo. For those of you that know, if you watch me, you already know my crazy freaking brain. Envy, turn green eyes into a force for self-improvement. Oh, there's the word, self-improvement, right? And inspiration, jealousy, covetousness, longing. Maybe this is something that's in you already. Like you long to be, like you have a vision of the way that you wish you could be. Maybe you tend to make a certain, like there's just a bad habit that you have, and it tends to, you pick up on people like this that are real immature, and then this happens, and then it leaves you like this afterwards, because you're like, fuck, what did I do? I made a mistake, and that could cost me my life. And when we're talking about, things that can happen when you hook up with people, right? If you know what I'm talking about. And so that could really change someone's life. All it takes is that one time, right? Bad decisions, and then things you have to live with that reality, if you can't fix it. But, take this all how it resonates. I don't want to scare anybody, but this is, when I see this is what I have to say, because I can't, this is what it is. This is what is my downloads I'm getting in my brain. And this is how the cards are coming out. Stagnation. So sit still with yourself and really go in and do some shadow work. Kind of go within and reflect on these kinds of things, right? Reflect on, the drama behind these immature people, these players maybe that you're going out with and you're linking up with, or maybe you're the player. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't get mad. I'm just saying. This is how I'm in my brain. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Stagnation, movement. So so when it comes to self-improvement right here, so, the envy, I'm looking at imagery too, and I'm seeing the word, it keeps self-improvement. And so maybe, there's certain qualities or aspects or things that you see maybe in other people, maybe your friends, or just, and they're more on the like opposite spectrum where they don't do stuff like that. And maybe you tell yourself, I wish it could be more like that, but it's just hard for me. And it is what it is. Everybody has a vice. Everybody has different things that are, they may not look so good. They could be bad habits, and that could go all across the board of what that is, But when we're looking at this, we're kind of seeing that's what we're talking about here. But whatever. A lot of things, when you work on yourself, there is room for self-improvement. And that's what I'm seeing in this card, the word self-improvement and inspiration. You can be, you see the butterfly talks about transformation, and maybe the death in reverse, because the death card does talk about transformation, and maybe it's in the reverse because you don't see yourself as that beautiful butterfly right now. You don't see the progress. It's slow, but it's coming. Okay. Maybe you see yourself in the reverse type of energy where, it's kind of, you feel hopeless, like there is no room for growth here. Like I just am the way I am, and that's what it is. And so sometimes we tell ourselves that, and that's, we can lie to ourselves like that when we feel like, when am I going to change? When are things going to change? See the clock, looking at the time, it's just pounding in your head. Like, I'm getting too old for this shit. When is it going to stop? It could be that too. I'm also getting that in my head, but that's okay, because even slow progress is progress. That's what the card is saying. It's saying just stand still, come to a standstill, reflect, shadow work, do what you got to do, work on yourself. And even if you think like, damn, time is just moving too damn slow and I'm not improving, if you're still working on yourself, it's, what does it say? Movement. Even if slow, is progress. Any type of movement, it's progress. Okay. When it comes to working on yourself, but when it comes to this person, just kind of, yes, this is why you're doing this, because of the many, besides just this person, or if it's one person or many people, whatever, take it how it resonates. But either way, just you will get to that point. Okay, you will get to that point. Your transformation will come. You may not see it now, it may not look very good for you, but it's fine. Okay, so you got to remember, everybody's progress, everybody's change, everybody's transformation, it looks different, and it requires a lot of hard work. But any type of movement, like it's saying, is progress. Just by taking the first steps to, like, okay, the next time around, I already know what I'm not going to do. You kind of, if you already acknowledge it, something's wrong, there's already movement towards creating a better life for yourself and making better decisions, right? Yeah. So okay, let's get off that subject just for a little bit, because that's kind of heavy. And and it's not a bad thing. It's just because I want to give you guys a variety of, because this may not fit for everybody out there, okay? There may be, it all looks different out there for all my Capricorns. So we're gonna, okay, that was one message, and we're gonna move on to the next one. What else do my Capricorns need to know, please? What else? What else do they need to know? Because I can go on, I can bring on healing cards, spiritual messages. I can finish out this read with just staying stuck on that one situation or that one subject, but I feel like the need to pull, we're going to keep pulling here and just what else, that's one. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, then maybe this one will. Okay. So here we go. Whoever needed to hear that, that was your message. And then here we go. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Working on your finances, your pentacles, looking at what you're creating here, some type of growth. Could be with your finances. It could be in the home. All right. Hold on one quick sec. All right. Oh, we got multiple cards here. That dropped to the floor. Okay. So we have the Fool. Take an approach to something. You're working on something. Rapid manifestation. I don't know. I feel led to say that. The Hermit. This is something that has been a long time coming. Oh, could be in regards to work. That's your sign. Look at it. Earth energy. A lot of earth energy there. Something when it comes to work, your finances, keep going. If there's something that you're thinking of doing, whether it's, something you're trying to build or create or launch for yourself. I want to say the word launch. Do it. Go ahead and just do it. Don't think too hard on it. Kind of like this Fool. Just take the leap. See how they're just not a care in the world. They're not, but the sun is shining right behind them, right? And they're just, sometimes we need to be in that energy and we need to not let fear, right? I knocked that over. Guarded, apprehensive, putting a wall, excruciated pain. With that prior, the guarded, when I was talking about this person putting up a wall with you, being guarded, says it right there. But yeah, no, this is something we're going to get off of that. Let's move this over here. It still wants to talk, but so this right here, this is saying this is a long time coming, whatever this is. And there's going to be like, I don't know, networking, some type of networking, whatever this is. I kind of feel like you've already gave it a long, good, hard thought into, okay, what you're going to do, how you're planning to take the steps to move towards this, like a leap of faith. That's what that is. Taking a leap of faith, stepping in towards, something that's going to build you really, it's going to build you up in your finances. Okay. And this is something that you could have a lot of knowledge in, because the Hermit is all about wisdom and knowledge, right? So it's just some type of something that you've mastered. Okay. Or something that you've been working on. And this is just going to be like, there's going to be more, I see with you, like you're going to be more like in your element when you come into this. It's going to be right. This could be something outside of what you do for work. Take it all how it resonates, but these are all really good cards. Okay. And so right here we have the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups, if it was to be in, looking straight at me, it would be like you're not taking any movement towards this, but this is all screaming you're making moves. And then it being in the reverse, that's even more so, right? That's the kind of energy you're in. You're not standing around watching the world go by and missing your opportunities. You're going towards them, right? You're in that full energy. You're just taking steps by leaps and bounds, and you're just saying, you know what, I'm going to go for it. You're not letting fear run you or drive you. Maybe this is something that, you've been working on because you've tried to build something in the past and it didn't work out, because you see how the 5 of Cups looks sorrowful. So maybe this is something in the past. You know how they say really rich people, they're rich because they don't give up. They don't just be in this energy. They're in this energy all the time, even when this happens. And so maybe this is something that you've learned from prior, like it didn't pan out, but it's not going to stop you. You're in that, well, I'm not going to let that stop me energy. I'm going to keep working towards my goals and working on my pentacles, and whatever this is, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. That's really good news, right? That's really good news. Okay. maybe right now, because I split the deck, I see the Hierophant in reverse, and maybe relationships is not something that you're really, it's like you're more pentacle based. You're more focused on your money and your finances and your career, or whatever it is that you're building, or whatever it is that, you're more money focused right now. You're working on that, working on things for yourself, rather than turning your vision towards, okay, building, looking at any type of relationship with somebody else. It's kind of like you don't have time for that, which is fine. If that's good, if that's what you want, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Look at that Page of Cups, bottom of the deck. It just wants to come out. I'm not going to talk about you. Get away. All right. So we have the Page of Wands come out. So, so when I looked down on the floor, it was in reverse. But either way, like I said, you're not interested. So whatever could be rounding the block for you or coming towards you, you're like, this could be something that you're going to reject, because you already know this person. Like when I see pages, I think of immaturity. I'm seeing, like, I put the cards like that, like almost like a stepping stone order. Like you're taking steps to get from A to Z. Yeah, I don't think this Page of Wands in reverse, I think you're kind of avoiding any type of hookups or connections, like any messages that you're receiving on your phone when it comes to love or hookups or anything like that. You're kind of just like, that's on the back burner. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm the back burner. Love is like on the back burner right now. Oh, there goes my computer. Hold on one sec. I don't know what this is. I feel like I don't know. I feel like my battery runs out way too fast. Okay, so let me hook this up. Hold on one sec, guys. Yeah. Let me plug this in really quick. Sorry, you guys keep seeing that eyeball. That's what I see. Sorry. I had to plug in my computer because it is about to die, and I'm not going to do that in the middle of a read, right? So any type of incoming communication when it comes to love, you're kind of just like, especially if this person, you already know, like they're immature and they're kind of just all about that wand action. It's kind of like something, you're not really working on things, especially connections that you know are not grounded or stable in any type of way. You're not entertaining unstable, immature people. You're staying away from that, because whatever this is that you're trying to build, it's important to you. This is what, you'd rather have that over complicated hookups or situations, miscommunication, maybe with, these people that maybe you've dealt with this person in the past and it's a lot of miscommunication. Like they're not very good. Maybe they leave you on red a lot. You're just like, I don't want to deal with that no more. Yeah. So these pages, I don't know. This also could be saying too that maybe, I know I was getting out of that first read, that energy. I was trying to get out of that, but then, cards started to flip out on this deck. And then here we go with the Page of Cups, trying to show itself again. This could be too, maybe also Spirit is, if the first read did resonate with you, Spirit could also be saying that maybe looking more, building towards your goals and your dreams and yourself and your finances, that's going to be a better outcome for you. That's going to pan out for you. And so when these kind of people come around, all these pages with, especially in reverse, they have little to no, like they're not going to offer you anything. It's like in and out, flighty energy, immaturity. And so learning to not deal with these people anymore, right? It's like a risk. That card that I pulled out for you guys, it said risky, because it's like, it is a risk. You take huge risks dealing with people like that. When you allow them into your life, they can really throw you off guard, give you that, spin you into a world of anxiety, overthinking, wondering like, oh, why did I do that with this person? Person's not even worth it. They just scatter, your whole world. They just come and mess it up and just leave a trail of crap behind. It's not even worth it. And it could be that, Spirit saying that, focus more on your money. Maybe love right now is just not, it's just not, there's a time and a space and a place for eventually all that stuff to pan out for you. But maybe, especially if you are going to go in and do the shadow work, maybe focus more on things that build yourself up, right? What does that world look like for you in the Pentacle realm? That could be a lot of things. Work on the family, the finances, the goals, the dreams, the hopes, the whatever it is, your good outcome for yourself. Grow something good for yourself. Forget about dealing with these toxic half-ass people. That's, I don't know, half-ass people show up half-ass. They don't give you the full deal. It's kind of like you just like deal with them in bits and pieces, but it can't be just one whole person presenting something stable to you. It's kind of like you got to deal with the crap, the miscommunication, the in and out, the flighty energy, being immature. It's like, nah, why deal with that, right? It's just a big ass headache. Maybe that's why I showed you guys the Motrin earlier. I was like, look, Motrin. That's your headache. That's your guys' headache when you deal with shit like that. Yeah. And if it's not that and you don't resonate with that first part, this could just be too, like I said, just something you're working on and you're trying to build something from the ground up and you're not really, you don't want to focus on this kind of energy. You're kind of like, I don't want to deal with that. It's more like career based, and which makes sense. You guys are Cappies, right? You guys are all about your money. You love that stability of having money in your pocket, right? Making money. Some of you have multiple jobs. I'm feeling led to say that, you're really career goal focused and oriented. That's your world, And so with that, is going to bring a lot of, I see success. I see celebrations. I see happiness, right? Cheers. Oh, that looks good though. Splitting the deck, 3 of Cups. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Whatever this is going to have you celebrating. That's awesome. Let's pull some. I feel like I want to pull the, what is this? Pink World Oracle cards. These are pretty cool cards. They got pretty good messages on here. Really positive. Kind of motivate you more, keep you in that good energy, right? Especially when you're working on something. Pretty Glamour. We're going to take this first because this one presented itself, like these ones are all upside down, right? So it's saying read this one first and then we'll get to these. So here we go. Sorry with the camera. Don't worry. I will get my shit together eventually one day. Gritty Glamour. Balance your rebellious side with self-care. Now this could be taking it back to the first portion, whoever resonated with that. That's a little bit of, when you're out there being risky, that's your rebellious side, right? Kind of just not listening to yourself and just doing what the fuck you want to do, right? Balance your rebellious side with self-care. Pamper yourself with a relaxing bath or a favorite treat. Maybe when you get that burst of you just really don't give a shit energy and you want to do something toxic, maybe just take a step back. Be like, you know what? I think I'm just going to tell yourself self-care. Bring it back to the working on your inner self, right? Doing that shadow work. Taking time to reflect on yourself. Mystic Bloom. Oof, I love this card. Look at that. Look at the imagery. That's amazing. I love it. Allow growth in unexpected places. Nurture a new skill or interest that you've been wanting to develop. So thus the 7 of Pentacles. There it is. The Fool, the Hermit, the 3 of Pentacles, right? You're allowing growth in unexpected places, nurturing a new skill or interest that you've been wanting to develop. Remember, I told you this could be something that with the Hermit card, something that you've been developing, something you already have wisdom or knowledge on, something you've been working on, something that you've been wanting to do and you're taking the steps to do it. Subversive Serenity. This is a new one. I don't think I've ever gotten this one before. Create a peaceful space. Organize a small corner of your home where you can retreat for relaxation and reflection, thus bringing it back to, the first. This is good for everybody. Everybody can take away some little bit of advice. So whatever resonates for you out of these cards, take it and run with it, okay? But what I'm saying is, if you resonated with the first part, going within and really, doing the shadow work, kind of doing that reflection, right? That card that I pulled out for you was the mirror with the reflection. Where is it? Where is it? I'm feeling called to bring it out because we're talking about it right now, right? Right. There's that risky card. Where are you? Reflection. Come out, wherever you are. Come on. Where are you? It was with the mirror, and then the skeleton looking in the mirror. It's right behind the risky. See that? Risky and reflection. It stayed in its spot. Yeah, with the drama. Okay, so taking it back to this really quick, and so right here, this card is subversive serenity, right? And so right here it's saying create a peaceful space, organize a small corner of your home where you can retreat for relaxation and reflection. And in this card, that's what it talks about, right? You're going within, dark night of the soul, dark shadow, facing inner truth, right? You're reflecting. Okay, so that's just a little bit of advice. If that's what it is for you, take it how it resonates. If not, maybe it's just saying take some time, read a book. I don't know, for those of you that like to read books, take some more time. Just kind of make a little cute space in the corner of your home somewhere. Make it nice and cute. It's kind of like, even with people that have really tiny spaces, even if you just create a little space in your home where that's your go-to, that's your spot, right? Even people, when you go to their house and they have they're like, yeah, you do whatever you want, just don't sit in my recliner. That's their space, right? So maybe create that little comfort, that little nook in your home. Like, oh, I feel comfy right here. This is my spot, right? That's your place. All right, bringing it to the next one. Crimson Call, answer a calling. There you go. Or inspiration, follow through on an idea. There you go. Or opportunity that has been on your mind, taking action with purpose. Geez. Taking it back to the Seven of Pentacles, the Fool, the Hermit, the Three of Pentacles, right? And you're taking action, right? With that Five of Cups in reverse. I should have left the cards out, but it's crazy that I'm recalling that all in order, because my brain is like, I'm viewing it as an image in my mind and I'm seeing it clear as day. So whoever this is for you. Just go with it. Just run with it. It's telling you over and over. Answer a calling or inspiration. Follow through on an idea or opportunity that's been on your mind. Taking action with purpose. Yee! That's cool. Aw, is it soggy? If you know, you know. This was in a prior read. Popped up to be like, hey, I'm here. I was talking about my son's dog when he popped up. And a dog that I used to own. I used to have a dog that I used to I still love him to the moon and back, forever in my heart. Yeah, so this is about cultivate. When I see the word cultivate, I think of the Seven of Pentacles, right? He's cultivating, gardening, watering, make it grow, right? Get it? Yes. Cultivate balance in your life. Identify areas where you can create more equilibrium, balance, such as work and personal time. So going back to what I said, if you resonate with the first part of the read, you're going in and working on yourself, right? Creating more balance for yourself, such as work and personal time. So like I said, bringing out that second part. If you resonated with the first, maybe Spirit saying with the second part of the read, focus more on your work. Build more on that, and that's where you're going to see your success. That's where you're going to see your change. That's where you're going to see your butterfly transformation, right? Because I believe that did come out, right? That's going to be your transformation. That's going to be where you're going to see your butterfly, your inner butterfly come out. That's really cute. I like that. These are all really, it's a good messages. Oh, this one came out too in the prior read, Vivid Rebel. I don't know if any of you guys watched that read, and if you did, then you know what I'm talking about. When I was like, just stay home with your pets, eat some ice cream, stay home with your pets, because love is not gonna happen here. And it's kind of like taking it back to this read, right? Where you guys, even in the second read, I said, love is not on your mind. You're more focused on your finances And so that's could be what this is, you know? It's just all career based, career driven. Let your creativity flourish. Work on a personal project or craft that allows you to express your innermost thoughts and feelings. That's awesome. Taking it back to shadow work. You know, when you're doing that work on yourself, however that looks like, it doesn't have to be shadow work can look different for everybody. You know, just taking the time to go in and reflect on yourself, you know, if any of that first part resonated with you. Sometimes too, just doing stuff, you know, working on yourself, it could look like journaling when you're wanting to express yourself, to get that anger out, that frustration, that rage, that anxiety, you know, the card that flipped out when, you know, that anxiety, walking around in that emotion, that's, you know, that's not good. That's upset to your nervous system, and that can wreak havoc. That can make you sick. You know, a lot of the energy that we walk in, we have to be careful because the brain and the body, you know, the mental and the physical, it could manifest. I don't know if this resonates with a male out there, but it could manifest itself in an ugly way, right? Make us sick, lower our immunity. I don't know why I'm feeling led to tell you that. It could lower your immunity if you're walking in constant anxiety, right? If you're keeping yourself in this kind of energy, it's not good for you. It could really kill off all the good things in your body. And we don't want to do that to ourselves, right? We want to be healthy. I'm feeling led to tell you guys, you know, what could also help is a good diet. You know, eating those greens and the fish, if you like fish. If you're not allergic to any of this stuff, and you know you can eat it, look into that. You know, if there's a certain uh you know thing out there that looks good for you. I know keto, that looked good for me, and so I went with it. I'm not allergic to fish. I love fish. I love veggies. I love greens because it's a lot of greens. The Brussels sprouts, the broccoli, the kale, the lettuce, the romaine, the anything green, green beans, right? Cabbage, spinach, all that stuff. Flourish it into your, you know, and infuse it in all your foods with your fish, you know. I lost 23 pounds in 3 months. So, yeah, I don't know. Take that if that, you know, resonates with you and you want to look into, you know, uh, taking care of everything, right? Besides the mind, also the body. So that way everything just aligns. And when you're in alignment, healthy, you're feeling good, you're looking good, you know, everything just, it's, it's a full balance right there, all the way around, right? Because when you're, you know, giving yourself healthy things and you're feeding your body healthy things, you can't go wrong with that, right? You're just going to get healthy, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better, you're going to be able to have more focus, the mental clarity, the mental part of, you know, what happens in the brain when we feed ourselves good things. Everything just kind of connects and you notice the shift, the change. You know, you could do what you need to do, get by at work, and, you know, focus, and, you know, clarity, and you're feeling the energy to take on, you know, your days, and do what you need to do. And, you know, I have coffee, don't get me wrong. I still have my, I've always liked coffee, but, you know, I have my coffee still. I have my coffee. I didn't have it as much. I didn't even really have it hardly ever when I was on the keto, but, you know, I've already gotten myself in a nice, like I'm healthy. I feel healthy. So I'm just, you know, I kind of went back to, you know, my coffee, and, you know, because now I'm like, okay, I think it's, you know, I can balance. I know how to eat now, and I know what works for me. And so I introduced the coffee back into my life, you know, but still, you know, when I was on that in the beginning, it was rough because any diet, right? Any type of, you know, when you eat different, your body doesn't recognize it. And it's like, what are you giving me? And then you just feel really like, ugh, it takes a while, right? To get your body to get used to any type of habit if you're feeding it differently and doing different things, you know? Anywho, it worked out for me. You know, it was great. It was really great. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys. Go Cappies. So yeah, that was kind of like two separate, or put it all together. I don't know, take it how it resonates. But we got a little bit of everything, right? In that spread. And so that pretty much spoke volumes, and it was straight to the point. And, you know, I hope that resonated. Or, you know, like, I hope that helped somebody. If it did resonate, that's what I meant to say. If it did resonate, I hope it helped you out in some way, shape, or form, right? That's what this is about. Get these messages out there and help you guys out, and see what's going on, the energies out there, and what spirit's saying, like, okay, this might help them out. This might help them out. And so, yes, thank you all yet again for joining me and taking the time out of your important day, right? Because time is something that's very precious. And so, thank you so much for taking that time to be with me in my space. And so, thank you all so much yet again, over and over and over again. Thank you so much for joining me. And so, my name is Roxanne, and this is Alchemy of Acrimony. Thank you so much, and feel free to look into my prior videos, see if anything resonates with you there. I have about, I don't know, 30 plus videos that I've uploaded. I just, not uploaded, I actually went live on all these videos. I go live, but yeah, I don't have that many, but I have, if you want to take a peek into more of my reads or what I talk about and who I am, feel free to look on my channel, subscribe, like, share, comment. And thank you so much yet again for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And because this was the Cappy read, we're going into Aquarius. Yes, Aquarius, aquas, my air signs, right? What is that? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I already did the Libra. I already did the Gemini. You guys can go back and look into those if you're interested, if you have any of those placements in your birth chart, because it is the way I'm putting it. It's Sagittarius and Capricorn and Gemini and Taurus. I did all the signs all the way up into, I believe, Capricorn. So I do Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And even if you don't have any of those placements, feel free to look into any one of those videos. Even if it's not Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for you, you can just be drawn to it for whatever reason. Click on it and there might be something in there for you. You never know. So thank you so much for joining me yet again. And I will see you again. Aquarius, you're up next. And thank you all again. See ya. Have a good one.